All right, this is day 46 of me documenting my journey to building a business. It's been over a year, if not more, of me building this business, but actually documenting it. It's been, or at least documenting it intentionally. It's been over just about 46 days. Um, Man, a lot has happened. I have a lot to update you on. So I'm just gonna start with this is my first video in a little while now. I did plan to have a video come out yesterday. I recorded it and everything, and I was like, I just have to add this part to it, but I forgot. And then a few days before that, there were fresh feelings and stuff that I recorded. I was gonna make a video later that day that kind of, you know, encompassed all of that in it. But then, of course, I couldn't do that either for other reasons. But nonetheless, I'm making this video. This video is actually going to be posted. Um, but that just means that you're most likely not going to see the raw emotions, the raw footage from a few days ago. So I would just fill you in and just tell you. But basically, a few days ago, on Thursday, I believe, I had a message come in from Twitter from someone that I cold DM'd about a year ago, like almost a year ago to the day, a little under a year. And this lady, I mean, is, she really liked my outreach, and she thinks that I am the perfect person, to do a certain video with her. As time has passed, I have since come to realize that I do not think. I was so excited because I was like, oh, she's going to pay me. I'm going to sign her on as a client, blah, 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 whatever. No, I do not think that this is going to be a paid opportunity in particular. I do think that this is me working entirely for free. But I do think as well that this lady is very connected in the space. She knows my mentor, she knows my mentor's mentor, she knows a lot of people in the space. And so there's a lot of promise there in terms of if I do great work, I mean, she could just recommend me to people just because of my outreach and my great work. Like, that's just the kind of person that she is. So that is exactly what I plan to do, regardless of if I get paid or not. And regardless of if she, recommends me or not, I can't think about that future. I have to think about how can I show that I'm indispensable right now. Um, Excuse the bandana up there, by the way. I just had to cover some sensitive information, but I quite like this camera angle where it's like widescreen and everything. Um, but yeah, so I've been thinking for the past like 3 days. I've had three things on my mind, and it's focus, consistency, and discipline. And discipline is the action of consistency. I think that's like the easiest way to describe it, right? And also, I've come to the realization that I write is a filler word that I use a lot that I need to get rid of from my vocabulary. I'm sitting here editing videos. This is my second video. I'm actually about to go to bed soon because my sleep schedule has been pretty hammered. Um, so yeah, I'm about to go to bed soon, and I just thought I'd make this video first. But anyway, I'm sitting here editing two videos, and I say right like so many fucking times. I actually, in my notebook, what I started doing was like watching the videos and like figuring out what are the things that I need to change when I record my next video. And the thing that prompted me to actually like physically write it in this book was the fact that I just kept saying right, 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 like after every single sentence. Like, oh my gosh, it's so fucking annoying. Anyway, um, I was just thinking about how my actions before have led me to where I am now. And if I had been more consistent, they could have compounded. And compounding is the reward for consistency. And benefits, just raw benefits, are the reward for action. But if you want a lot of rewards, a lump sum of rewards, a lot at once, then you have to do it consistently to give it time for compounding. Because what a lot of people don't want, or what a lot of people want, is they want the thing in a lump sum. They don't just want the thing. So, for example, if I sat here and told you, like, hey, you can have $1 million, but it's only spread out over 40 years. Or you can have $1 million, but you can have it today. Obviously, you want the $1 million and you want it today. But the thing is, to get to that $1 million today, you have to take you have to have taken a lot of consistent actions previously that get you there. And of course, there's luck and things of that nature that might get you there faster without having to put in the work. But that is not what I'm talking about here. That's not what I'm talking about for myself. And that's, quite frankly, that's not what I want for myself. For myself, I want to do the work and forge the person that I know I am meant to be. And I was just thinking earlier today, I actually did like a little journal entry, but I have a lot of potential, and that is why I continue to work hard. And that is why, I don't know if the potential or the dreams came first, but I mean, they kind of complement each other. And so I think, like, when I think about the work that I have to do, it just clicked for me that the only thing that I should be optimizing for is checking off boxes, which are under the bandana, and being consistent. One week after the other, hitting my goals. One day after the other, crossing off every single item of my to do list. And the thing is, like, the second you stop paying attention to what you have to do every single day, then that is the second that the days and the weeks and the years fly by, because you will look back and you realize that I could have been there, but I'm not, because I didn't do the consistent actions that I needed to do. And like, at the end of the day, the person there'll always be someone who is ready to get in the position that you want. There's 9 billion people on this earth, something like that. 8 or 9, I forget. But there's there's almost 10 billion people on this earth, we'll say. And so the likelihood that there isn't someone who is ready to do what you want to do is quite low. And this whole thing about life and business and whatever the fuck being a zero sum game or whatever, that can be true. I think it is important to see things as an abundant mindset, but, or to have an abundance mindset towards these things, but you need to also remember that there are people who are chomping at the bits, and competition is real, and market share is real, and the the sooner you get to you start chasing your dreams, the sooner you can get the rewards. And every time you procrastinate doing what you need to do in order to get to where you want to go, you're also procrastinating the result by extension. And so those things were on my mind to talk. Still doing outreach. I am still, focused on the agency. Just finished editing 2 videos. I have a few other projects that I'm working on. Like, this channel is something that's super important to me. And then I have another channel where I'm just going to be talking about like things that I have learned. And that's not going to be done to get leads for the business. If it does get leads, that's amazing, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is for me to give back to the younger version of myself. And the last idea that I will end off with, rather, is the fact that if you want to really shortcut a lot of BS to get to where you want to go to, you need to be ruthless. Like, you need to be ruthless with a lot of different things. You need to be ruthless with your time. You need to be ruthless with the people you keep around you, with your schedule, with your energy, like a lot of things. And, some people may call it focused, right? Like, you can replace ruthless with the word focused. And that's what I've been kind of thinking about and focusing on for the past few days and weeks is my schedule. How can I get more out of my schedule? How can I work more and do more? Um, so yeah, that's the last thing that I'll leave it with. And if there's anyone out there who's actually watching this, like, maybe a question that you can ponder as I end this video is, what can you consistently add and what can you consistently remove from your day-to-day schedule? Both things are equally as important. You don't want to just add and you don't want to just remove. You want to do both at the same time. It's a balancing act. Because when you add something, something else has to go. When you remove something, something else has to be added. So think about that. I have my answer. I hope you have yours, and I will see you in the next video.